Hi, my name is Jill Bolin, and I'm the University Brand Strategist and Graphic Designer here at CSU Dominguez Hills. Today I'm going to go over the CSUDH logo and proper usage. Our previous logo looked like this. About 2 years ago, the logo was updated to reflect our new brand. The new logo is bold and contemporary. The burgundy of the CSU represents that we are part of the California State University, and the DH in yellow highlights that we are Dominguez Hills. The CSUDH logo is the core component of our visual identity system. It creates a distinctive graphic presence for our institution and serves as an instantly recognizable visual cue for our constituents. The CSUDH logo expresses our brand through color, shape, typography, and style. The logo should be used in its entirety with no alterations or additional elements added to it. The logo must always be reproduced from a digital master reference. And the logo files are available in EPS, PDF, JPEG, and PNG formats and can be downloaded from the Brand Assets webpage. I'll leave this up here for a moment. You can always go to csudh.edu/brand, and from there you'll be able to find the logo downloads. The files that you can download come in EPS. An EPS file is great to use because you can scale the image without losing resolution or have it become pixelated. We use these for print materials, promotional items, and signage. A PDF you might just use to just view it. Anybody can open a PDF and see the logo. A JPEG is an image file. You've seen JPEGs when you take a photo with your camera. We usually would use these JPEGs for web-based or digital documents. And the PNG version of the logo is also used for web, and it's great to use because it has transparent backgrounds. And I'll go over that shortly on why that's important. So what file types will I use? So here's some examples. If you're creating an email, you would use a PNG. It has a transparent background. If you're ordering promotional items, you can use an EPS file. You need to make the logo larger, scale it up, you want to use an EPS file. Or if you're creating graphics for the web or social media, you'd want to use a PNG or a JPEG. Here's an example of the difference between working with a JPEG and working with a PNG. If you take our logo file JPEG and put it on top of an image, like on the left, let's say for an email, a white box is showing up behind our logo. This happens with all JPEGs. When a vector image is compressed to a JPEG, it fills the background with white. We will discuss shortly that having a box around our logo goes against our guidelines. If you take our logo file as a PNG, here on the right, there's no white background because PNGs can be saved with a transparency behind it. You will also notice I used our logo with the white CSU instead of the burgundy because it stands out more, and I will discuss that shortly. So now let's talk about the different variations of our logos and how to use them. Our preferred use of the CSUDH logo is stacked, which is the university on one line, name on one line underneath the CSUDH logo. And you can see we have different color variations for different usage. The colors used in this logo are our burgundy, Pantone 209C, and yellow, Pantone 124C. And there's another presentation that goes into colors in Pantone and CMYK and RGB on our website. This logo is for use on white or light colored backgrounds. So here's an example of it on an envelope. This logo with the white CSU is used on burgundy or darker colored backgrounds. But please note, that doesn't mean you put the logo on a little burgundy box. This is for when you have a big space of color. And this variation has an exception. We don't want to put this logo on a black background because black and gold are the colors of Cal State Long Beach and Cal State LA. So if we put this logo on black, it's going to look like our colors are black and gold. So we don't want to use that. Here is the grayscale variation of our logo, and you would use this for possibly a black and white ad or formal invitation. So here's an example on a black and white ad. Here is an example of when you need to put the logo on black. We want to use the all white version. And here's an example of it on a black and white ad. Then we have the all black version. Sometimes if you're ordering a promotional item, you have one color print. So you would want to use the black logo. Here's an example on a water bottle. The next variation of our logo is stacked with the university name on 2 lines. You'd use this when you need the university name to be read from a distance. So usually on university signage, we see this logo. Also has the same variations. Then we have the horizontal. You do want to use this format when it just works best for your layout. And then the CSUDH logo mark, which is just the CSUDH by itself. You would want to put the full university name somewhere in your document or your ad or your brochure or your email so that it goes along with this CSUDH so people know what it means. And you can always use our full name logo somewhere in the text. And here's the gray and black variations and white. And so when you see the white on the burgundy, it doesn't mean it has to have this burgundy box behind it or the black box behind it. This is just to show that it's white logo. We don't actually want to put it on a box. The logo must always have good contrast with the background to ensure maximum impact and accessibility. So we want to keep 0.35 inches of clear space around the logo. It's sometimes hard to just measure it. So if you just kind of eyeball, make sure there's nothing around the logo or close to the logo because we want the logo to stand out. We want to see it right away. We want to know this is CSUDH. Our minimum size for print is 1.5 inches. Otherwise, it gets too small and you can't read California State University Dominguez Hills. And online, you'd want it to be at least 100 pixels wide. So I'm going to go over a little bit about incorrect usage. As I mentioned earlier, when you download these files, you don't want to change them in any way because we want to be consistent. We want to have brand recognition. We want to always look professional. So don't rearrange the elements. Don't change or add colors. Do not crop the logo. Don't stretch it, condense it, distort it, skew it, bend it, rotate it. Don't use gradient overlays or other color effects, and don't add or remove elements. So you can see in this one, there's like a line on the top and the bottom. We don't want to do that. You don't want to outline it or add a stroke to it or add a drop shadow or other visual effects. You don't want to place it over complex photos, textures, or unapproved colors because once again, you can't see it. And we don't want to put the logo on a color block. To use a transparent logo file, you can see the white background on this. We don't want that. Do not substitute it with other fonts. I've actually seen California State University typed out in different fonts underneath there. If you're having an issue with a file for some reason and the name isn't working, please reach out to us. And avoid using the white and yellow logo on a black background because we want to be Dominguez Hills. We don't want to be another campus. So I just want to show you some examples of emails that have been sent out to faculty and staff. And I'm showing you these to offer solutions for proper logo uses with real world examples. So not trying to throw anybody under the bus, just we really appreciate these emails that go out and we appreciate the logo being used. So I just want to offer some tips and tricks to kind of, help make it more consistent and make our brand look even better. So in this example, the burgundy of the CSU blends into the back of the image and it doesn't stand out. I don't right away know this is a Dominguez Hills email. So I would just suggest adding a header or a footer, very simple in this case at the bottom, burgundy, and then, stands out more. In this example, the logo has a white box around it and it's also really small and hard to read. So my suggestion here is to use a transparent PNG, use the white CSU yellow DH logo and make it larger. Here's another example of the logo in a box here. So that goes against our branding guidelines. It's also kind of lost in the corner with the text. So here, just nice footer at the bottom. I can see what it's about right away, and I can also see it's also from CSUDH. And here's an example of an endorsed word mark, which I'm going to get into next. On gray, so the gray on gray, it's just kind of blending in. So I just suggest using the white. So now that last example shows an endorsed logo. An endorsed logo combines the university logo with the department name. CSUDH entities or departments may contact University Communications and Marketing Office to request your own endorsed logo if you don't have it already. So there's 3 versions of this as well. You've got the 1 line, the 2 line, the 3 line. It just depends on how long your department name is. And then we also have the stacked and centered version. And we also have endorsed logos for social media as well, and you can reach out to us and we can create those for you. And here is the link actually to some social media guidelines if you want to learn more about it. A lot of people ask about the athletics logo. So here's the primary logo, and the bull image should only be used for the athletics logo. It should not be recreated for other uses or altered. And here's their alternate logo. Use of the CSUDH athletics logos are restricted to NCAA athletics or school spirit purposes only. You can contact Rick Hoskin, Athletics Communications Director, for assistance and approval before using athletics marks on collateral. So most of your communications should have CSUDH. If you need to use the athletics logo, you have to reach out to athletics and get permission. You can visit their website at gotoros.com for more information. And once again, you can check out csudh/edu/brand. I'm sorry, csudh.edu/brand for more information, guidelines, downloads, and more training videos. Thank you.